Rapfest Radio on rapfestradio.com. We're not number one. God is. We may not be the best, but our purpose is to lead you to the best. Jesus Christ. www.rapfestradio.com. Old school to new school. Classics to exclusives. Gospel, hip-hop music and videos. Live video interviews Monday nights at 8 p.m. Monday nights at 8 p.m. Watch. Learn. Love. Support. Rapfest Radio on rapfestradio.com. Rapfestradio.com.
Man, I ain't going back. 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 Yeah, man, I know where I came from, and I ain't going back. Man, I know where I came from, and I ain't going back. Cause I know I ain't the same one, and I ain't going back. Cause I know I ain't the same one, and I ain't going back to all that hurt and pain. Man, I ain't going back to all that pride and shame. Man, I ain't going back, I broken out them chains. Man, I ain't going back ever since Jesus came. Man, I ain't going back, yeah. I ain't never going back, learn from all my mistakes. Living in the fast lane, doing what I wanted, man, until God pumped the brakes. Now I'm living like the Clippers. If you say then you can relate, cause he bled so we can't live, so we can bring his power forward like Blake. You don't understand the life decisions I make, addictions that I break, commitments that I take. Man, I got too much stuff on my plate. All my old friends say I'm fake, saying that I barely come around, and I'm like, sorry, I've been living fairly for the crown, trying to get my life right for I'm buried in the ground. Feel me? People never really understood, doing what I knew I never should. But now I'm saving, I'm living good, cause I knew that a king gave his life on the wood. Yeah, I ain't the same that I was. He did what he did by his grace and his love. I tried to tell the world I was saved by Thug, cause he came out the blue, but I'm saved by the blood. Real talk. I know where I came from, and I ain't going back. And I know where I came from, and I ain't going back. Cause I know I ain't the same one, and I ain't going back. Cause I know I ain't the same one, and I ain't going back to all that hurt and pain. Man, I ain't going back to all that pride and shame. Man, I ain't going back, I broken out them chains. Man, I ain't going back ever since Jesus came. Man, I ain't going back, yeah. Look how far we done came from. I knew that I ain't the same one. It never matter what I claim, son, cause I've been anointed since day one. Been anointed since day one, but it all came in playing time. Seeing I was raised in the attitude era got me close to the rock like mankind. Had a few scars in my torn affliction, right through the pain, through my scorn depiction. If I live life and the law was missing, I'd still be a slave to my porn addiction. I guess I still deal with a porn addiction. When it come to flows, I'm feeling myself, but that's the pride I had buried alive. So to live for him, I gotta kill myself. Since he came, he never left since. He showed me life, I've been blessed since. Now I live this service well like Jeffrey from the Fresh Prince. I ain't the same that I was. He did what he did by his grace and his love. I tried to tell the world I was saved by Thug, cause he came out the blue, but I'm saved by the blood. Real talk. I know where I came from, and I ain't going back. Man, I know where I came from, and I ain't going back. Cause I know I ain't the same one, and I ain't going back. Cause I know I ain't the same one, and I ain't going back to all that hurt and pain. Man, I ain't going back to all that pride and shame. Man, I ain't going back, I broken out them chains. Man, I ain't going back ever since Jesus came. Man, I ain't going back. Man, I know where I came from, and I ain't going back. Man, I know where I came from, and I ain't going back. Cause I know I ain't the same one, and I ain't going back. Cause I know I ain't the same one, and I ain't going back to all that hurt and pain. Man, I ain't going back to all that pride and shame. Man, I ain't going back. I broken out them chains. Man, I ain't going back. Ever since Jesus came. Man, I ain't going back. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Man, I ain't going back. 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 Oh yeah. Loner. 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 Loner.
Yeah. Yo, welcome to Rap Fest Radio, rapfestradio.com. We are here live once again on a Monday night. The Saga in the building. We're going to be speaking to him in a little bit. We're excited because Rap Fest it's approaching so soon, man.
Oh, yeah.
August 9th is the date. If you haven't done so already, mark your calendar. You want to be there, prepared to spend the entire day with us in the Bronx. We have a great lineup prepared for you. All the details are on the rapfestinc.com website, also posted on Twitter, Facebook. Everybody has it on blast on the press releases and stuff. So make sure you get those details and show up August 9th from 12 noon to 8 p.m. We're going to be there just ministering to the people in the streets there at the park, Vidalia Park, East 180th Street and Daly Avenue in the Boogie Down Bronx. I'm excited. We have the storytellers back together. That's what I was telling you before. Yeah. We haven't been together in about, I want to say maybe 7-8 years. I don't even know, but we're excited to be doing street ministry with the live band there. Eric E, Brother E, Lord's Ambassador, and myself. Ellie and the guys, Jason Mulero, one of the background singers, or lead singer too, but he's a background singer for the ministry. He's going to be there. John Lopez sharing testimony. We're going to go back to the real roots of storytellers street ministry. So we're excited. BX, be ready. We are coming strong. Also, the night before Rap Fest, we'll have a big celebration at the Sanctuary Fellowship Church. That's a time where we just get together to fellowship, worship God, and kind of prepare ourselves mentally, spiritually, just to go out the following day. So stay tuned for that. The Saturday before Rap Fest, August 2nd, we have the Rap Fest prayer walk, united with God Belongs in My City. That's where we just get together, no microphones, no sound system. It's just us, maybe a couple of flyers. We walk around the entire neighborhood and just pray in the different corners, pray for people in the street. We've had some freestyle sessions with neighborhood rappers, which
I love it.
Kind of fun.
I love it.
A little risky, kind of scary, but also fun. So we get to do that and just pray with people and let them know, hey, we're here for you, you know. If you want to get involved as a vendor, still want to get involved as a sponsor, make sure you hit our website, rapfestinc.com, click those links and let us know. We still have a lot of vendor booth availability, so make sure you check that out. There's different levels of sponsorship. If you just want to donate, amen, on the top of the page there's a donate button. Click it, put in 1 and a bunch of zeros, then the point, and you know, a couple of millions be that nice, right?
And why not?
Why not? We could do it.
I'm just saying,
we could
it's
do
possible.
It. We put a bigger stage. We'll do Rap Fest for 3 days if we had that kind of. Well, okay, I'm kidding. It's a lot of work, but you know what I'm saying. But we're excited, man. Make sure you hit us up on rapfestinc.com. All the contact information is there. Tell your friends about it. If you want, you can go to eventbrite.com and look for Rap Fest 2014. The details are there. You can purchase. Well, it's free, but you could click the tickets there that you want. Kind of gives us an idea of how many people are showing up as well. So we definitely prepare for it. We'll have a children's corner, a whole bunch of things going on. That's Rap Fest 2014 in the Boogie Down Bronx, August 9th. Make sure you're there. Since we're doing it, shout out to our sponsors, GratefulApparel.com. You know what to do. Go there and buy one of each. HolyCulture.net, sponsoring our podcast for many years. Shout out to those guys. PureStream TV, which allows us to stream without commercials. Thanks a lot. Who else we got? Anybody else? BXRecords.com. If you're listening, BX Records, if you're listening, you're going to love this show today. BX Records is a radio station here close by in the Bronx, and they have a wide audience. We're the only gospel show on their station.
Wow.
The show is basically syndicated on their station every Saturday and Sunday morning at 11 a.m. They play back the shows. So in a couple of weeks, they'll be listening to this show, which is live right now.
That's awesome.
But they'll have it on bxrecords.com. We appreciate the love you guys are showing us as well, and we hope you guys really enjoy tonight's broadcast with the Saga in the building. Woo! I think I got all the announcements out. I'm tired. I'm leaving, so you take over, bro. Introduce yourself to the people. Let them know who you are and all.
What's going on, y'all? My name is Louis LeBron. I go by the name The Saga, Th3 Saga. And I'm a rapper, singer, songwriter, minister, you know what I mean? But most importantly, I'm just a child of God, you know what I mean? So that's pretty much it.
Hey, man, we're excited, man. I'm really excited because this is like your first time for real in the Bronx.
Yes.
And it's happening here on Rapfest Radio. So that's dope for us, man. Well, I'm glad that we're a part of this history. You know, you'll be able to mention this in, 30, 40 years when we sit around. But I remember I went to the Bronx once. No, that's
first
cool.
First time.
That's cool. And so Rapfest will probably be your first time ministering in the Bronx.
Yes.
Wow.
First time. Rapfest 2014. Make sure to be there. It's going to be an exciting experience, I promise y'all.
Yeah, I mean, have you done street ministry like out in Queens and stuff like that?
Yeah. I've done street ministry in Queens, Brooklyn. That's where my church is at and stuff like that. So, but I've never really been to the Bronx per se. I've done Harlem, Queens, Brooklyn, but this will be my first time really ministering in the Bronx. You know what I mean? So
yeah, the Bronx. I mean, where we're doing Rapfest on Daly Avenue and 180th Street. It's a tough neighborhood, but I guess it's tough in all the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Any neighborhood that's not focused on Christ is gonna be tough.
Oh yeah.
So we're excited. We're trying to bring some powerful ministries through, and I'm glad that you submitted your full submission for this year's event. And when the committee heard it and saw everything that was coming through, they're really excited. But enough about that. You'll see him August 9th. Let's get into some talk here. Mr. Battle Rapper himself, The Saga. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. And everybody's just online at the tip of their chairs waiting like, what's up with all this battle rap stuff? Where does that come from? So tell us a little bit, like, how did you get involved with battle rap?
Growing up, I've always been like a fan of the culture. You know what I mean? Like I grew up, and actually I learned how to write a battle rap before I even learned to write my first song. So it's just been kind of embedded into who I am as a lyricist in that aspect. But I've always loved the culture. I love the competitiveness of it. It's kind of like a sport. You know what I mean? So it plays off of like a basketball player. You know what I mean? Like you have two teams, they're going at it, but at the end of the day it's all love. You know what I mean? So I always liked that sportsmanship of it, and I kind of just fell in love with it. But at the same time, it didn't deter me from my relationship with God. So when I got involved into battle rap, I didn't want to compromise who I was and be like, all right, you know what, I'm gonna rap about guns so big, or I got so much money, or anything like that. I just wanted to give them who I was and not be fake about it. You know what I mean? So
how does that work then? Because naturally in the battle rap, you want to win.
Of course.
So you want to come strong. So you're coming strong to a certain extent, yet you're also holding back, I guess, on stuff you probably could say if you wanted to.
Yeah.
So that makes it more difficult for you, doesn't it?
It's like, I was actually having this conversation with my boy Belief the other day. Shout out to Belief, Dream Junkies, what up? I was actually having this conversation with him the other night, and I was just like, bro, it is so hard to be a battle rapper and a Christian at the same time. You know what I mean? Because if you're a regular battle rapper, you could pretty much lie about anything you want, and the people will believe you. You know what I mean? I have friends in this battle rap game, top tier dudes. You know what I mean? And they lie on the daily about what they do, and you know what I mean. But it's just like when you're a Christian, you're limited to what you can say, because then you're kind of placed in a box where you don't do that because you go to church, or they try to put you more into a box. So it's like you have to be careful what you say, and it's kind of like a thing where they see the words Christian rapper and they automatically assume that we're soft. You know what I mean? They think, oh, okay, he's a gospel rapper, he's gonna rap about God and the Bible, he's not really gonna come as hard or as lyrical as us dudes who don't have any filters. But I've been able to find a balance in between to show them the transparency of who I am, and the lyricism that I've been able to deliver and stuff like that. So,
you know, it's funny you say that, because one of the lines I liked in the last battle rap of yours that I saw, I don't remember it word for word, but it was more along the lines, you knew we were gospel rappers, you thought we were going to come soft. Like, me and my whole crew were here. Like, you know, we coming at you. And I'm like, wow, like, that's cool. And at the same time, I could imagine those people that don't understand probably like, boy, need Jesus.
Listen, as much love I've been able to get off the battle, there's also been negative feedback in regards to, I mean, I've seen Facebook comments and you know, people would tag me in it saying they were proud of me, or, yo, look at my boy, he's doing this thing. Right. And then people who don't know me, who are just judging the battle off of what it was, are saying, oh, this is not of God, this is purely carnal, this is of the flesh, it's not what God wants, it's not, how can God be glorified through this? But I just feel like at the end of the day, when it comes to something like that, these are the same people that are saying that battle rap is not of God. You know what I mean? And they have this mindset where you can't battle rap and glorify God. Well, if that's the case, you're not a boxing fan. You're not a UFC fan. Right. You're not a fan of sports anyway, because you have people like John Jones, who's a UFC fighter, but he gets paid millions of dollars to break your face into 20 different pieces, but he has Philippians on his chest.
Right.
You have people like Jeremy Lin, where he doesn't have John 3:16 on his back of his jersey. He's Jeremy Lin, but at the end of the day, he's not going to, oh, God bless you, can I cross you over real quick? No, he's going to try to cross you over, get as many points. He's trying to win.
My bad, I didn't mean to foul you.
Know what I mean? And you have people like Luis Collazo, a boxer, where he gets paid to jab you in the face, make sure you're messed up. But at the end of the day, after he wins, I've seen his last matchup.
Where he came out with Andy Mineo's song.
Yes, and it's just like, after he won, the first thing he did was he got to his knees and kneeled to God and prayed for it. So these kind of things are like, you know, these are sports. You know what I mean? Like, battle rap is a sport. It's the competitiveness that's really what drives me, but it's not going to take me away from my relationship with God. You know?
Yeah, and I guess, you know, this falls in the same category of the other artists that we know that perhaps will take their craft, their sport, for the sake of this conversation, to places where regular everyday Christians wouldn't go. Like the artists that would take their freestyle stuff to an open mic in a club where people are smoking and probably cursing and drinking and stuff, and they'll go in and do their stuff as Christian rappers.
Yep.
You know, and with that, I give the same disclaimer I give everybody when we talk about this stuff. Just because this brother here can do it doesn't mean you can do it. You really have to be called. You really have to be prepared, and you really have to know what you're getting into. Yeah. Because it could easily just sweep you away the opposite way.
Exactly.
You know, so what do you do to prepare? Like, I'm just trying to put it into perspective. How do you prepare for a battle as a Christian? How do you prepare? Like, you basically going in, let's be real, you're gonna kill this dude. You know, lyrically speaking, you know, you want to win. Yes. You have to win. Yeah. So it's not like you going to the gym doing push-ups, or maybe you are. You know,
I'm trying. I try. I can push a good too. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at.
That's all it takes.
But you know, my mindset, or you know, how I prepare for it is more so. Of course, I got to get into the Word. I think that's something that's the most essential part of it, because I don't want to go in there purely off thoughts or ideas that are not based around what God doesn't want me to do. So I'm definitely into my Word. And sometimes what's crazy is you don't know how much revelation you can receive from the Word and just your everyday walk. You know what I mean? Like a battle. Who could think of how to use a Bible term or a Bible reference, something like that, and put it into an actual battle where everybody can understand? Because at one point in their life, even though these battle rap fans or anything like that, they may not go to church, but they've had an encounter with God once in their life, so they understand some of the things you're trying to say. So I definitely get into the Word. I go for a lot of walks. You know what I mean? I like to just clear my mind and just like let my mind just race on thoughts and stuff like that. And I don't know. For the most part, you know, it's just more of the performance aspect. Like when I practice or when I prepare my lines, I'm usually outside on the balcony of my house, or I'm watching myself with a mirror. And based off of my performance aspect or whatever I do, it can sometimes create lines just based off my body movements. So if I move a certain way, I'll think of a line and, okay, that looks good right there. And I'll try to piece it together. It's like a puzzle to me. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't really come as a battle form or just like a whole verse straight down. Sometimes it'll come in lines and bits and pieces, and then I'll place them together like a puzzle, stuff like that.
Is it fair for us to clarify or quantify, whatever you want to say, that what you're doing is not necessarily freestyle.
Oh no, it's not.
It's not freestyle.
No.
It's because I mean the art of battle rap. It's really intense.
Yes.
You know, it's not something. Can a freestyle artist do battle rap? I'm sure.
Of course.
You know, but what you do in particular is not freestyle. It's a well prepared attack.
Yeah, well, pretty much what it is, it's a mutual understanding between two artists. You know, they call up the artist, or the mutual party calls up two artists, say, listen guys, I want you two to battle, so and so date. You know, you have like so and so months to prepare, exchange information. Oh, my name is Th3 Saga. My name is blah blah blah. And then from there you hang up and you start looking on YouTube or Facebook or anything like that, and you prepare as much as you can for the person. And when you get there, you know, sometimes people go there. Like I have friends who are in battle rap who just do all freestyle, where they could freestyle a whole 3-minute round on the spot, rap about like the coffee cup and rap about the lights, or you know what I mean. Some people can really do that, but for me, I'm too much of a thinker. I can't really freestyle anything. I might freestyle a line or two, depending on what the person says. But
right.
It's just more of just a writing process.
That's dope. I mean, it sounds like fun. It sounds like something I would want to do, but probably be scared to do it anyway. I show like, but I'm kidding. You know, I'm kidding, right? I just have to do it.
Listen, it's hard. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I have a lot of Christian friends who love to watch battle rap, and some of them have wanted to venture into that thing, but they've been so afraid of the scrutiny or the criticism they may receive from it.
Sure.
And me being I think there was a Christian rapper around the time, like in the early 2000s. His name was Mr. Biscuit, and he was a Christian. He was a rapper. You know what I mean? So it's like they've given him such criticism that he kind of like fell back from the scene because I guess he couldn't deal with that.
Right.
But I just want to open that door for the believers that, you know, maybe I'm not called to just do this forever. I'm not going to be battling for years to come, main stage. I feel like God's called me to this thing for a season. And, you know, maybe this is just to open that door to that believer who's meant to do this for a little bit longer than I am.
Right.
You know what I mean? So maybe there's somebody out there that's watching this and they're like, oh, how does a Christian rapper get into the battle scene? And they watch the battles and they see, okay, maybe I could do this a lot better. Then by all means, you know, if God's called you to it and he's planted that seed in your heart, then go forth. But I just wanted to be able to open that door for believers to show that the world, like, we're not just Christian rappers. We're not just gonna sit down and, oh, we can't rap about this. No, we're gonna go to where you are. We're gonna give you Christ, and we're gonna give you lyricism at a better quality. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly. I mean, and I agree. It's necessary for us to step up our game in all aspects and really show. Look, if you're gonna do this, do it to the best potential that it can be done. Not that you can do it, but that it can be done. Mm-hmm. You know, take it all the way there. So, what kind of support do you get from your local church body? You know, give a shout out to your church as well.
Shout outs to Manantial de Vida. It's the only Spanish words I know. Fountain of Life in Brooklyn, New York. It's 50 Bergen Street between Court and Smith. And they've supported me ever since I decided to give my ministry to Christ. You know, everything I've done, where I've rapped in church for Sunday school, I've rapped in church for the elders, I've done youth services for my church, and every step of the way, even when I've gone out to minister, or even when I started doing the battle rap, I've had my own pastor watch my battle rap and was like, whew, you go, boy, and like give me a high five. I'm like, oh snap, like my pastor. I didn't even expect her to watch it, but it was just amazing to see how much the church supports this new movement, and how God is leading me astray from what, you know, the traditional mind would be used to, where it's like, okay, people are still getting used to Christian rappers in churches at one point. So now you have a Christian who raps, which is like still alienated from some churches. Now you have a Christian rapper who battle raps. So it's like I'm going left field with everything. It's just
left field, over the fence, across the street.
I'm not even in the same state anymore. You know what I mean? It's just like, but the love and support I've been able to get from my local church has been amazing. You know what I mean?
So I mean, it's tricky because naturally the opponent is not coming in with the same mindset as you.
Oh no.
You know, they're coming in with the lyrics of "I will kill you." Yep. You know, I will destroy you right here in front of everybody.
All the time.
You know,
all the time.
So it must be tempting sometimes to maybe even bust out laughing at some of the stuff they say.
Oh man, even in my last battle, he was saying, I don't know if some people caught it, but like he said some line like, "You don't even belong in the ring with me," and I kind of chuckled a little bit. I'm just like, oh man, like they're given such an advantage because they could say whatever they want and just be like, you know what, I could lie about everything under the sun, but they're gonna believe it anyway because if I put on a good enough performance, they'll believe it.
Right.
Where I feel like it doesn't really matter what kind of performance I bring because no matter what I bring, it's gonna be done out of truth and from the realness of my heart and what God has like revealed to me. So it's just a totally different playing field. Like when people prepare for battles, they're thinking, all right, how many guns can I kill them with in this line, or how much money do I have in this line?
Right.
It's not real.
It's amazing. So what kind of feedback do you get on the spot from the people watching? Because I know you bring your own people are there, of course. Yeah. People that know you and they're your friends and they know you're going out to battle. They're there to support you. But the others.
This most recent battle I had with a dude named Nadik, the boss. Shouts to Nadik. It was such a quietness in the room after the battle because it was such conviction in people's hearts. I wasn't trying to place that conviction like, oh, you gotta go to church. Right. It was just more of like they had a reality check with themselves. You know, they were just like, you know, even when I went up to dap them, like, yo, you did your thing. And then they just started confessing things to me that I didn't even, you know, I go to church sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, I go. I just don't go as much as I need to, you know what I mean? But I understand. I'm like, bro, you know, take that up with God, you know what I mean? If you feel that in your heart, I was just trying to make it so that you understand that you need Christ. You know, I may have done it through a form of battle rap and talking about punchlines or whatever, but at the end of the day, the general message of what I'm trying to convey to this battle rap culture is that you need Christ. So if I'm in a room and I don't make you feel uncomfortable about the way you're living and show you there's a way out of it and show you that Christ is able to bring you peace and understanding, then I'm not doing my job. You know what I mean? Right.
No, I agree, man. Hence the reason we do Rap Fest.
Yep.
You know, we're bringing hip hop into the streets where people speak that language.
Yep.
You know, and when we do it, we got to do it to the best of our ability to make sure that it's not only believable but accepted and they pay attention to it. Otherwise, there's no reason for us to do it. You know, if I just did it so that all my boys could hear me, man, we're wasting time.
Yep.
You know, hey, I want to get into this music video that you sent us to play. So tell us a little bit about the video before we go into it.
Soon to Give is off my debut EP, Loner, and this song is one of the most personal songs on the project because it was talking about my relationship with my father or the lack of in some instances where he wasn't around as much as he could be. And you know, it kind of led to like trust issues or bitterness or misunderstanding. But it's basically me coming to pass with realizing that through it all, I've always had my spiritual father with me. But at the same time, I've always wanted that physical relationship with my father. And you know, I decided this to be the first single of the project, though it wasn't people's favorite songs. They have I have a song called Ain't Going Back, and that was people's favorite, but I wanted to do something against the grain and show them who I am and show them something a little more personal. So Soon to Give was the first single on the project, and shot a video for it. Shouts to Quincy for the video, and yeah, that's it.
Cool. Check it out here on Rapfest Radio, rapfestradio.com. Soon to Give by The Saga. We'll be back with more. Check it out.
Clap hands, daddy comes with a pocket full of brimstone grey. Most days I'm okay, come steal my heart. How I wish everything was simple, how I wish everything didn't end in lies, how I wish I could just keep turning back time. How I wish I could be more like me when I didn't have to worry about myself. How I wish I could just keep turning back time. Flashback, twisted up.
Yeah.
I'm so close to giving up.
Yeah.
Don't cry.
Loner.
Flashback, twisted up.
Yeah.
I'm so close to giving up.
Yeah.
Don't cry.
Mom and dad try to raise a man. Mom and dad try to raise a man. Whoever would have thought a divorce could have been up in the plans growing up, man. I ain't really understand. Looking all around, everybody looking so in love, show affection any time that they can. Coming back home, looking at my parents interact like, why y'all don't even hold hands? Still show love, supported a single thing I did, making sure that we were happy where we live. Had a small dog, big pool at the crib, but they only stayed together for the sake of the kids. Now we looking big. Dad left the crib at 14, dumbest thing they ever did. He still around, but it's hard to find love for a man who decided he just wanna up and split. Man, that made me wanna quit.
Flashback, twisted up.
Yeah.
I'm so close to giving up.
Don't cry. Yeah, just don't cry. Yeah, just don't cry. Yeah, just don't cry. Yeah, just don't cry. Look at how far we done came. Look at how far we done came. I'm 22 now and I'm about to change the game, but it doesn't take away that I'm scarred by the pain. Probably why I frown more. I ain't saying you a deadbeat dad, you just should've been around more. Mom is to blame too. It's 50-50 when it comes down to it. I'll be wrong just to blame you. You told me never take a handout. When I was young, you would walk with your hand out. But now I'm older and I learned how to stand out. I'm just guessing everything is what the Lord planned out. Yeah, it's probably why I got so many trust issues. When you hear it, I hope that it does hit you. I loved every moment we shared when I was with you, but these are just thoughts I never discussed with you.
Flashback, twisted up.
Yeah.
I'm so close to giving up.
Don't cry. Yeah, just don't cry. Yeah, just don't cry. I was told to never cry. I was told to never cry. It's like a flashback, twisted up. I'm so close to giving up. Just don't cry. Yeah.
Yo, we are back here, Rapfest Radio, rapfestradio.com. That was soon to give by The Saga. Make sure you check him out. The Twitter handle has been on the screen all night. It's Th3 Saga. Make sure you follow him. And you definitely want to follow him because he has something special coming up, I'm hearing. And I'm waiting for this big announcement here on Rapfest Radio. First time in the Bronx. First time people are hearing this announcement.
Yes, first time.
So what's going on?
I have, we were on the discussion of battle rap and everything like that. So I actually have a battle coming up June 8th in the city. And it's for Smack URL Proving Grounds, and it's against Black Mugga. And it's going to be an amazing night, man. You know what I mean? It's the first time they've ever had a Christian on this platform. Smack I seen as the biggest platform of battle rap. So it's the first time they're ever going to see something like this on their stage.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Nervous?
A little bit. More anxious. I'm excited for the opportunity. You know what I mean? Like the battle I had with Nautic, Norbs was the guy in the middle hosting it, and he's one of the one of the important body parts of the Smack movement. So when he saw me do my thing that night, he's like, "Listen, we need you for this battle coming up." And he was very passionate.
That's big.
Yeah, he was like, "Listen, I love it." Like, we've had conversations. He's like, "Listen, I love what you're doing right now. It's very different, and it's real. It's transparent. It's more relatable to people." So they jumped on the opportunity to have me come to their league. So I'm really excited about it.
Yo, that's crazy. Get ready, June 8th. I'm sure it's going to be on YouTube and all that stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
That's going to be everywhere on the Smack. Wow.
Smack URL, man. Shouts to everybody on Smack.
So June 8th. What day of the week is that? That's a Saturday?
Sunday. Now, mind you, there's going to be a conflict of interest here because, people have church that same day. But if you can make it out.
During the day?
Yeah, 12 p.m.
Wow. Early.
Yeah. So, yeah, if anybody's interested in coming, June 8th is at the Tobacco Road Lounge. If anybody's not familiar with it, the 42nd Port Authority, that little tunnel situation, just go straight through that tunnel. It'll be to your right. So just keep on going down that tunnel. It'll be right there. So if you're more familiar with that way, then, come out. $30 admission. I know it's crazy, but, if you really want to come support the ministry, I really appreciate it. And yeah, man, let's just
that $30 doesn't go to you.
Oh no, it's going to the league. Whatever expenses they have to pay for the venue and stuff like that. But I'm just excited. I'm really excited about the opportunity.
So y'all, if you can't make it because you're in church or whatever, just be on the lookout for the new video when it comes out.
Yes.
The Saga against, what was the name?
Black Mugga.
Black Mugga.
Yes.
Wow. It's gonna be an interesting battle, I'm sure. Man, I wanted to speak about this video that we just saw now, man. And you did mention how you're speaking about, not having your father around as much as you wanted to.
Yeah.
So how does that play into who you are today?
I mean, my dad left, as some might have heard in the song, my dad left at my age of 14. So that was around the time where I kind of was growing from a little boy to learning to be a young man. And he wasn't around as much, you know what I mean? It kind of like played a big impact on how I developed, in a sense of like, okay, Dad, how do we talk about this topic, or what should I do in this instance, and stuff like that. Or pretty much important parts of me growing up into a young man he was kind of absent in a form. But you know, it kind of took me a while to really understand that, you know, things happen in such situations where sometimes, you know, the parents kind of split, but the love is still there for their children. And I didn't really understand that at the time, where it's just like, okay, my dad left, so he left me. He doesn't love me. I don't want to be around that. I don't want to be involved with him if he doesn't love me. But it kind of played a big part until I got older and recognized that he still loved me the same. It was just a situation that really caught him, you know, into that problem.
Yeah, because that's tough, man. We see a lot of people now that are being raised with single parent homes because of a separation or something. You know, it's an unfortunate trend, you know, that's going on. And, you know, I guess we could say we encourage you to, you know, stick it through, pray it through.
Yes.
You can make it through this, you know, and perhaps look for a mentor or a father figure somewhere within your local church body, or even within your family. It could be an uncle or a cousin or someone older than you that can really help guide you. You know, don't take it out on the world.
No.
That does no good to you.
It does.
You know, just make sure you find a way to connect yourself with another person that could guide you. As a matter of fact, this Saturday at our church, at the Sanctuary Fellowship, we have what's called a men's breakfast. Every month we meet, and men from different churches come, the motorcycle clubs and all that stuff. They show up, and we just see a whole bunch of men, like 60, 70 men, just worshiping God all in, which is dope. And this Saturday is the last men's breakfast for the summer. We take a break July and August, and it's a father and son breakfast. Wow. But basically it's, you know, bring your son, or if you're young, bring your father, or bring that person that is your mentor, you know, to you. Bring them out. That's this Saturday. It's free. The food is free. They have a guest speaker that comes in. We do worship. Right free. It starts at 9 o'clock in the morning at 1469 St. Peter's Avenue in the Bronx. You can go to sanctuaryfellowship.org for those details, or for the address and stuff. But I encourage you, you know, if you're even just trying to rebuild a relationship with your dad and you're not doing anything this Saturday morning, bring them out. Treat them to breakfast on us. It's free. You know, we got some coffee, some good food, good fellowship. Get the word as well. That's really, really important. Really, really important. So, what's new for the Saga? Like, you have a new project coming out, new CD, or like what's in the works?
Right now, we're still pushing the Loner project, and definitely trying to get more videos out in regards to pushing the project out. The next video we're working on is to my song "Ain't Going Back," and you know, it's definitely going to be something that I want to catch the youth with, and the next song after that is going to be All of Me. So I just want to get people more familiar with the project that's already out, and I'm definitely, while doing that, I'm working on the new project called AOL, which is synonymous with the whole America Online thing, but it has its own acronym for As of Late. And basically the whole story behind that project is, you know, telling my testimonies and you know, my trials and my triumphs and everything that's going on as of late in my life. So that's the next project that's going to be dropping. But as of right now, we're just trying to push Loner, the Ain't Going Back movement and everything like that. So
we say as of late. As of late, do you find yourself with more followers, like on Twitter and Facebook, because of the battles? And is it good for you, or do you get people that still, they just follow you, like trying to figure you out?
Since the battle dropped, in a matter of like a few weeks, God has like reached out to people and told them to contact me in ways I've never even imagined.
Really?
I've made so many new opportunities and new friends through it. A few people that have seen the battle, like Social Club and Mars and Be Love and people of that nature, where it's just like they reached out and they hit me up like, bro, that was sick. And you know, they're quoting lines, and then we become like really close friends and texting every day and stuff like that. But it's just amazing how, you know, they were able to grasp what I was trying to do in that moment. They weren't looking at it from a judgmental standpoint where like, oh, that's not of God, or what did he mean he was gonna, these punchlines, right? They accepted it for what it was, and they were just like, bro, I stand behind it full-heartedly. Like, you know, we appreciate what you're doing.
Right. Well, anybody who saw your part in the battle had to suffer through the first half. Right? Unfortunately, I mean, just say for content purposes.
Yeah.
You know, so if you're a Christian, you suffered through the first half and you heard the second half, then you know to support the brother and what he's doing. Because the first half is brutal.
Yeah,
It's brutal, you know. And
try to have your mom watch the battle with everything that he said about my mom. Like, my mom was getting ready to punch the screen. Like, she was like,
you gotta take it with you to the next battle.
she was like, Daniel, you can't let him talk to me like that. My mom, it was the battle. Like, I couldn't do nothing. I'm a Christian. I can't punch him.
You gotta take her with you next time.
Oh no.
She'll
Oh,
be
no.
standing on the side
know,
like this.
I can't do
stand
it.
on the side.
She's waiting. She's like, Daniel, talk to him. Talk to him. I'm not gonna take that. Nah,
That's
man,
pretty
my
funny.
mom-
Yeah, because it gets real personal.
It
gets real personal.
Very personal. Oh my God. Let my mom be at one of my battles and somebody says something like, your mom got stank feet. She's like, what? Guys out there trying to let that on the stage, you know what I mean? Like, oh no, we can't do that. You can't. It's not.
It's again, it's crazy. It takes a special type of person to be able to endure those kind of, you know, that criticism and that nastiness coming at you.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, I mean, what goes through your mind during that time?
Oh man, I remember this one battle I had where a dude was talking about my mom and he was acting like he was on the cell phone and he was talking some really crazy nasty stuff about my mom. So like for a split second I lost it. In my head I'm like, I'm about 2 more lines away from laying hands on him. You know what I mean? But it's just like, you have to recognize it's a sport. You know, they're gonna do what they have to do to win. You know what I mean? And my mindset for it is that they're gonna say whatever they can to persuade the crowd and whatever they want to say. But at the end of the day, when the battle's over, people have apologized for what they said. Yo, I'm sorry, man. You know what I mean? I just did it for the battle, which kind of goes back to what I'm trying to like convey to this new battle rap culture. Is like, I'm not gonna say anything that I'm gonna take back at any moment. I want to be able to give them all of me and tell them, listen, I meant every word I said in that battle. I'm not gonna take anything back because sometimes it's the harsh truth, but it's the reality of it.
Right.
You know, so.
No, that's important. Yeah, I don't know how I would react. I'd be like, what? Oh, what? Nah. You're kidding me. Somebody else step in here because it's about to go down. It's about to go down. No, I mean, and again, it's important. Like I said, you know, if you're a break dancer and you're a Christian and you're break dancing and you go to these battles, do your best.
Yes.
You know, do your best. Represent without having to insult anybody or really talk about anybody's mama. You do what you got to do. DJs as well. Just go at it as hard as you can and really with the ultimate goal of winning some for Christ.
Yes.
You know, which is, again, takes a special person. Not everybody can just walk into a rap battle just because they rap.
Yeah, just because you're a Christian, you know, just doesn't mean you're called to do battle rap. Because, you know, I feel like God demands of quality products and God demands a quality ministry where if you think you could do something, don't just branch off because you think you could do it. Like, actually really have God over your life saying, I've called you to come to this building, I've called you to come to do this ministry. Like, don't just do it because, oh, maybe God blessed me to do this, I'm going to do that without really consenting with God, because then it's going to lead to a failure in the body and it's just, people are not really going to accept what you came to do that night. Because somebody can go out there, Christian rapper, like, oh, you know what, I want to start battle rapping too. And not have God call them to that area of life, and then that could be like, you know what? That's why I didn't like Christian rappers, because what he did right there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it definitely has to be something that God has called you to do, and make sure He's really like pray on it so much. Don't just pray on it once, think you got an answer, go do it. Like, really sit there and pray with God about it until He reveals something to you from it.
Do you have are there other Christian artists that you know that are doing this battle rap stuff? Or do you find yourself really like the CD a loner?
As of right now, I don't really know too many Christian. Like, the people I know or people I've mentioned or people from like the early 2000s that kind of like faded away from the battle rap culture, like Isaac Knotts, Mr. Biscuit. These are people from like the early 2000s, and they've kind of like fell away from the battle rap scene. And since then, time has changed the battle rap culture. Where back then it was more about, you know, making jokes about somebody. Now they're talking about I'll kill your mother, and you know, it's the whole game has changed in regards to that. So I don't really know too many people of the faith really battle rapping right now. So I guess I am a loner. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. No, that's interesting. And I'm interested to see where it leads to. You know, if it's something that catches on and other people like, well, I do battle rap, I never thought I could do it as a Christian, and maybe they'll use you as an example of how it can be done.
That's what I really
want. Hey, amen. I mean, that's what we're called to teach others as well, and to bring others up and help them, find their ways and what they're doing with their ministry as well. So aside from rap, what other stuff do you do?
I'm very much involved into my youth group at my church. I'm a youth leader, and I just really have a heart for the youth. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I think this ministry thing of rap and singing was more catered towards just bringing the youth closer to God. You know what I mean? Like, but the overall message of what God really wants me to do, I think is really wants me to get tied up into the youth and show them, like, you can do anything for Christ. Don't let age take you away from that. Don't let any disabilities take you away from that. Any discouragements take you away from that. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to be able to convey a message to the world that God can use you from anywhere, any place, anytime. You know what I mean?
So what do the youth in your church think of you as a battle rapper?
They make fun of me. Really? But it's more like a funny thing. It's like, oh, Saga, you're gonna come to church and battle me next? Like, it's never been that real. But they really support it. They supported everything. Like, sometimes I'll come to church and they'll say a line there from the battle, like, oh, don't get mad, I don't want to hear round one against me. Like, it's little stupid stuff, but they really support everything I do, and I love them for that. I really do.
That's funny. I can imagine them in school. Yo, you should come to my church. My youth pastor, he's a battle rapper. Like, what? Yeah, check him out here. And they show the videos. They're like, what? That's your youth pastor? That's your youth leader? I mean, and again, it's a great thing to have that kind of connection with the culture and do it right, and also be connected with the youth.
Yeah.
And also with the young adults and the older people in the church as well, because growing up, we were around battle rap all the time in the streets. That's all that was going on. You had your storyteller type guys, and then everybody else was a battle rapper of some kind. There was a crew against crew nonstop. So that's pretty cool. Hey, what I want to do is, before we get into another song that we have from you to end the show with, I want you to just spit something for us, man. Something from your heart. Anything you have that you think you can share that can encourage us. Or if you're going to battle me, don't talk about my moms, though.
Alright. Let me see. Alright. I said if it wasn't for His grace, I probably would have hit the ground quick. I've been through hell and back, so I'm familiar with a round trip. It sounds slick, but when you in it, feel like you finished. You gonna need a Bible just like a Gatorade to replenish. I need the Father to make it like Pop, I needed the spinach. I'm in the game for His love, but I never been into tennis. It's hard to live on these cold streets with no heat and thoughts weighing heavy on your mind like it's obese. Looking back on my obstacles through my opticals, thinking if He wasn't with me, it'd be impossible. From almost being a vegetable in a hospital to spitting heavy flows by my testimonies and chronicles. The enemy tried to silence me, but I'm still talking. 2 ankles and hip surgeries, and I'm still walking. So when they ask why my marks are major, just tell them I need the surgery to walk in favor.
Amen. That's some good stuff, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking forward to Rap Fest this year because we have a great lineup.
Yeah, I can't wait.
And we have, I think we counted 11 ministries that are coming here for the first time.
Shouts to Angie Rose.
Rap Fest. Yep, Angie Rose.
I can't wait.
A lot. I don't have the list in front of me. I should have had it. So how unprepared am I? We have more coming. Don't worry. But it's exciting to be able to see different ministries participate in this outreach. As it has evolved on its own to. It's its own thing now, It just happens, and people are getting really heavily involved with it. And we're always excited to bring new talent to the stage, because I think it's fresh for people to see that there's up and coming ministries. Like, we're gonna be around for a long time.
Yeah.
It would have been sad if it's the same people over and over and over and over again. So, but we're excited, man. Rap Fest 2014. It's our 21st year, going down August 9th in the Bronx. Come out, check out the Saga there.
Check it out.
No battle rap at Rap
no
Fest.
Battle rap. It's fully ministry. You know what I mean? Outside of the battle, like, all that battle talk, stuff like that, my heart is in the ministry of, like, the youth and music, stuff like that. So I've been doing music for a while. This whole battle rap thing is something that God's called me to for a little bit. So I'm please just check out the ministry aspect of what I've come to do, the music, the singing, the rapping, everything, man. Just come out. It's going to be a blessed day, man. Make sure you don't miss it.
Amen. Yeah, and it's funny you say that, check out the ministry, because sometimes people watching from outside, they only see one portion.
Yeah.
And all of that, they label, that's it. That dude, I'm not going to listen to him anymore. I'm not going to support him. Or he must be that way all the time. It's, and you really got to get to know the person. So we do encourage you to come out to Rap Fest. You get a chance to chat with the ministries, chat with the artists. We're there for 8 hours, more or less. So you guys can come out and just chat with everybody that's there and get to know them a little better as well, which is always a great thing. Again, we thank you for coming out to Rap Fest Radio tonight. Next week we have another confirmed artist here on Rap Fest Radio, so make sure you tune in from 8 to 9 p.m. right here on rapfestradio.com. Just look for the tweets and the blast. We'll be blasting out that information this whole week for you, so you know exactly who it is that's coming out here. That's all I have for today, man. We're excited. If you have something else you want to share with us, by all means, the floor is yours.
Well, my big brother Julio just had a baby yesterday.
Oh, nice! Congrats.
So, I just want to give a shout out to Grisette, Julio, and Juliet, their daughter. They just got born, man. I'm happy for them. If y'all guys want to check out the music, it's noisetrade.com/Th3 Saga with a 3 Th3 Saga. Download the digital copies to my EP Loner. I got shirts made, the Ain't Going Back shirts and stuff like that. You know what I mean? They're going to be available everywhere I minister and stuff like that. So just keep up with me on Instagram, Twitter, and stuff like that. And make sure to come to Rap Fest 2014.
Man, definitely. August 9th in the Boogie Down Bronx. You definitely want to be there and check out all the ministries that are going to be participating that day. It's going to be dope. And also, come prepared to purchase everybody's CDs. Whoever has projects will be selling them there that day as well, so you can definitely get that. And we're going to leave you with another song by The Saga. Again, thanks for tuning in to Rap Fest Radio, rapfestradio.com. You will learn this because we are out of control. We see you guys next week right here, rapfestradio.com. Peace.
It's all